A drunkaloo workman shall not be made rich, and he that chargeth not little sins falleth down little and little. Wine and women maken to be apostatos, yea, wise men, and they reproven witty men. Verse 3, And he that joineth himself to whores shall be wicked. Rot and worms shall inherit him, and he shall be set and high into more ensample, and his soul shall be taken away from number. Verse 4, He that believeth soon is unstable in heart, and shall be made less, and he that trespasseth against his soul shall be had furthermore. Verse 5, He that joyeth in wickedness shall be cursed, and he that hateth blaming shall be made less in life, and he that hateth yangling quencheth malice. Verse 6, He that sinneth against his soul shall repent, and he that is merry in malice shall be cursed. Verse 7, Reverse thou not an hard word, and wicked, and thou shalt not be made less. Verse 8, Nill thou tell thy wit to friend and enemy, and if trespass is to thee, nill thou make naked. Verse 9, For he shall hear thee, and shall keep thee, and he, as defending the sin, shall hate thee, and so he shall be ever with thee. Verse 10, Thou hast heard a word against thy neighbor, diet together in thee, and trust thou that it shall not break thee. Verse 11, A fool travaileth greatly of the face of a word, as the sorrow of bearing of a young child. Verse 12, An arrow fastened in the hip of a dog, so a word in the heart of a fool. Verse 13, Reprove thou a friend, lest peradventure he understand not, and say, I did not. Either if he hath due, lest he add to do eft. Verse 14, Reprove thou a neighbor, lest peradventure he say not, and if he saith, lest peradventure he rehearse. Verse 15, Reprove thou a friend, for why trespassing is done oft. Verse 16, And believe thou not to each word. There is a man that falleth by his tongue, but not of will. Verse 17, For why who is he that trespasseth not in his tongue? Reprove thou a neighbor before that thou menaest. Verse 18, And give thou place to the dread of the highest, for why all wisdom is the dread of God, and in that wisdom for to dread God, and the ordinance of law is in all wisdom. Verse 19, And the teaching of wickedness is not wisdom, and the prudence of sins is not good thought. Verse 20, There is wickedness of prudence, and cursedness is therein, and there is an unwise man, which is made little in wisdom. Verse 21, Better is a man that hath little in wisdom, and failing in wit in the dread of God, than he that hath plenty of wit, and breaketh the law of the highest. Verse 22, There is certain subtlety, and it is wicked. Verse 23, And there is a man that sendeth out a certain word, telling out truth. There is a man that maketh himself wickedly, and his inner things been full of guile. Verse 24, And there is a just man that maketh low greatly himself of much meekness. And there is a just man that boweth the face, and feigneth him to say not that is unknown. Verse 25, Though he is forbodden of feebleness of strength to do sin, if he findeth time to do evil, he shall do evil. Verse 26, A man is known by sight, and a witty man is known by meeting of face. Verse 27, The clothing of body, and the laying of teeth, and the entering of a man telling out of him. Verse 28, There is false reproving in the ire of a man full of despising, and there is dome which is not proved to be good, and there is a still man, and he is prudent.
So ends chapter 19 of the book of Syrach.
Verse 15. Verse 15. Reprove thou a friend, for why, drinking water, he maketh noise with his bottle. Verse 17. For why, who is he that trespasseth? Verse 18. And give thou place to the dread of the heist,